Hey everyone, so it's a really rainy day today and I haven't got a lot going on at the moment. Not a lot, I've got loads going on but nothing I can get on with. So I thought, I've got this wood rack and it's getting a bit too full up. I need to make something out of it. So I've got all this Ipe wood that Ben got me, which is a bit of a nightmare to work with, but it's lovely. Lovely wood, and I've got quite a bit of it. I thought we'll see if we can make a nice cabinet or an organiser or something for the workshop. Right, let's do it. Right, well I got my beautiful pieces of wood, all planed up, sawed square edges, ready for edge gluing, so cut them to length. Set up a stop over there, and there we go. And that will become part of a drawer most likely. Right, so I am ready to do some glue ups. So just edge gluing with marine epoxy resin. This wood is Ipe Wood and it's a tropical hardwood. It's quite oily. Tried gluing it before with normal PVA type wood glue and it doesn't glue very well, doesn't hold very well, so if we use epoxy and then that will give us a much better joint. Done. That looks very good. Right, the plan is just have 5 sections, so 4 pieces going across like that with little drawers between. But I just don't have enough timber to do that. I could do it in some different timber and then edge band it or something, but I've got enough timber to put some verticals in. So I'm going to do 2 verticals, so 3 spaces, and then I'll have to get some different timber then to make the drawer bottoms and then edge band then. Yeah, that's the top. Hey big girl, you coming to help? You're a good girl, aren't you? Hey big girl. Hey. Or a dado rather, I think. I don't know. Right, so there's all our pieces. The bottom and the top, 2 sides, 2 verticals. Pieces that run in these I haven't got yet, or got the timber to do, so I've done them at 18mm, so I'll be able to get something 18mm, either ply or some kind of like laminated pine board or something. Here we go, let's do this. Time starts now. Race to get the glue out of the pot. Right, there's a cutout left at the back for the back panel, 9mm ply. Right, that's that one. Lovely. Well, I'm happy with that. Okay, that's gone well. So is that. That is also looking good. Yeah, nice. Okay, good. Doing well so far. Plenty of time left. The epoxy lubricates the joint a little bit, which is nice. Start trying to get these lined up. There we go. Right, all clamped up. Went well actually. Joints looking good. They clamp up nicer and go quite a bit tighter on the bottoms if I could actually get clamps everywhere, but it's just too many clamps, so we'll leave it at that. Looking good, pleased. So I'm having some real trouble with these drawers really. It's due to this plywood. You know, it's not cheap plywood or anything. It costs a fortune actually, but it's just rubbish. Like the veneer layer on it's so thin. It's full of gaps in it, and really I should have chosen a different joinery method because it's just not working out right. Like I did a test box, just like a test drawer, and the joint didn't come out too bad. Not too bad. I mean, it's not been sanded or anything. Came out okay. But then on a lot of the bits of plywood, it's just like you cut the joins and the veneer layer just all falls apart and comes out and it rips out and there's gaps in it. And yeah, it's just a bit crap really. So I think I'm just going to get them together and then like stain it or paint it all because yeah, the plywood's just crap. Yeah, wish I'd had real wood to make the drawers, but never mind. running low on plywood, not quite got enough to this is just an offcut piece. It's just a tiny little bit thin, but doesn't matter. It's fine. It's a back panel, never be seen. The cabinet's plenty strong enough. It's not offering any support, it's just something for the drawers to touch on. So I made a little plywood template for drilling all of the nameplate holders and handles so that they're all in the same place. That's what I'm doing here. I just made it the same size as the drawer and then later on cut it down for the smaller drawers. Before adding any of the hardware, I wanted to get the finish on. So for the finish I used boiled linseed oil with some teak oil mixed in. I find boiled linseed oil to be a little bit thick and it doesn't really soak into this really dense tropical hardwood very well. It kind of just sits on top and doesn't really go in. So adding a bit of teak oil to it, much thinner oil, it really gets it to go in a little bit better. Later on I used the same mix but add some dye to it for the drawer sides of the plywood, just to try and match the colour a little bit. But yeah, this is about 2/3 boiled linseed oil with 1/3 teak oil, and just putting it on quite thick with a brush, and as you can see it just really brings out the colour of that wood. I mean, it just looks fantastic, so beautiful. So the same finish goes on the front. I needed to put the finish on before I fitted all the hardware and stuff, so I didn't get all of the nameplate holders all covered in oil. So yeah, just brushing it on, same as the sides, and it just really brings out the grain. I mean, it just blows my mind that this wood was in a skip. I mean, just look at the grain. Yeah, always one of the best parts of a project is to put the finish on, because it just really, all your hard work just comes to fruition. You know, there's a lot of sanding, a lot of building up to this point, and it just makes it all worthwhile. How nice is that? So next thing we need is some legs, and put the handles and hardware on. And it's done, and it looks like it should belong in, I don't know, definitely at least a house, but it's a workshop cabinet, believe it or not. Oh, I love that. That is brilliant. I'm going to go around and stain all them and fit the hardware. They're not turning out too badly. The joints on the boxes, the dye is hiding some of the chip out a little bit, which is nice. So, you know, that's what they're ending up looking like, which isn't too bad. It's better than I thought they were going to look when they started chipping out and I was losing the veneer. So yeah, overall, pretty happy. So these are the nameplate holders I got. I think that's what they're called. I got them just cheap on Amazon. I was hoping to get brass ones, real brass ones, but they were just so expensive. So I went with these. They were called brass, but they were about £10 for about 40 of them. So I assumed they were just stamped steel with a coating, and they were. But they look great, and they'll be perfectly fine for a workshop. Just after fitted them, I then added the handle. The handle's just held on with 2 screws. It's the handles we made earlier, and I think they just turned out looking really nice and classy. I think the spacings look just right. Drawer number 1 going in. Beautiful. last one going in. So I think you will agree that that has turned out great. I am really pleased with that. Also, it's really great to me that this wood was from a skip. Someone was throwing this away. I love that. I love making stuff from stuff out of a skip. To buy this wood would be really expensive. And someone just chucked it away. I'll show you why. They chucked it away because before you do anything to it, it looks like that. It's an old decking from an old house, and it's on the inside it's tropical hardwood, but the skin, it looks old and manky, and someone probably looked at that and said that needs to be ripped out, that's rotten or whatever, but that is made out of that. Yeah, really pleased. So now I just need to put some feet on it and put it in place and fill it up with stuff. Last job to do is just screw on some feet. They're just basically some blocks of hardwood offcuts I had left over. It's actually a tenon that I cut off of the greenhouse build, just part of a tenon. I just put some chamfers on it and screwed them onto the bottom, just 4 screws. And I think they look great as well. Really, this hardwood, I mean, anything you do to it looks great, to be honest. But yeah, that's what it shall sit on. Right, and that is where it shall sit, just under the other one, made in the same style. And you know, I had to pull all this stuff out to get it in, and I'm going to put that stuff back in, and tomorrow organise the whole thing nicely, label everything. For now, we'll just get this stuff in here out of the way. I should get two big screw tubs in each drawer. So there's screws at the bottom and other stuff at the top. Really pleased with how it turned out. It's a real skill to running and organising a workshop, keeping things tidy. I'm trying to get the hang of it, and part of that is to have more drawers and storage space, because you're very well having shelves, everything is covered in dust, you can't find the thing you need. So hoping to make a lot more things like this soon, so I can get the workshop tidy, organised, and I can just say, right, I need to know where, you know, like for example, I've now got all my planer blades in this top drawer and exactly where they are all the time. You know, I'm probably going to take some of my scraps of plywood that I have left over, these little bits, and make some dividers for small stuff in the drawers. But yeah, that's a further project. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.